Welcome to the BEASTwriter family where social media engagement is encouraged. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we are going to be breaking down something a little different here. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, how do I say this? There was some guy at the Niner game, last game, 49ers at the Rams, and he was impersonating me and saying he was me, but he's not me. And so I was getting these notifications. I get notifications, but I really don't check notifications. I know it's bad, but I don't really check the notifications. And as I get more notifications, but I really don't check all the notifications. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll check it in the morning or check it when I can. And this guy was impersonating me. He was sitting in the VIP section. And we're going to go ahead and talk about the story. Anyways, it's really bizarre. But then again, there is a backstory to it. So I always say take the positives out of any negative situation. And we're going to go ahead and do that. And I talked about this in my Fitspiration. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know I do like motivational speaking. I have motivational Monday quotes that I come up with on my own and then kind of put it in perspective. And the last one I posted was based on perspective. Right? And we're going to talk about that because I think, especially in 2022, where with COVID and everything else that's in play, we have to put things in perspective to really gain insight and have the knowledge and the power and the willpower, I guess you would say, to kind of just push forward, right? Just go through it and whatever comes your way, hey, what doesn't kill us only makes us stronger, right? And as cliche as it sounds, it's absolutely true. And I try to live by that every single day of my life. And I want to apply it. And hopefully it can influence you guys to do the same in yours. And we can all learn from each other and grow from each other. All right. So again, thank you for each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. Just be sure to turn on and flip on the bell notification so you get notified when I go live or when I upload content. Dasic says, I saw that dude, looks nothing like you. Yeah. How do I go about doing this? Okay, we're just going to start it. I have these banners up. I just wanted to talk about it, right? All right, so people are probably, if you're just tuning in, getting off work or in your car stuck in traffic in the Bay Area, you're probably thinking to yourself, what the heck is BEASTwriter talking about? Well, let me tell you, kind sir, ladies and gents, for all the ladies out there, what went wrong during the 49ers at Rams game? Let me tell you something. All right. So I get these notifications on Instagram like, okay, so people are tagging me. It happens. Happens to you guys, happens to everyone. Like, cool story, bro, right? Okay, cool, you're cool. But usually on Sundays I get more notifications than on other days because it's game day and people want insight, they want my beast analysis, so I give it to them, right? They slide in my DM. They'll tag me in their own posts, and so I'll respond. Fantasy football questions, right? A lot of you guys were in championship games leading up to that week 18, so I would get things here, which is why I think it's weird. Some of you guys had championship games in week 18. I don't know. I think that's weird. But you guys had questions. I answered them for you. Here's the thing that happened. So a guy was in the VIP section and said, well, I'm just going to read it to you. I'm just going to read you what happened. And I wasn't there. I was not at SoFi Stadium, so this is not me. First of all, does this guy look like me? The Asian guy, does that look like me? That's not me. That's not me. But I can see, I guess that you can see how you could mistake it for me. But because the guy was saying he's me, so obviously who would do that? Like who would, but it's not the first time this has happened, so I'm used to this. And there's another story to that. But again, does this guy look like me? This guy does not look like me, but this guy was the guy that was going around saying he was me, which is cool. I get it. It's not really cool. I shouldn't say it's cool because it's not cool. So the guy on the guy that you see, I think it's on my right, probably be on your left. He is a diehard Niner fan. He's from the South Bay. His name is Forever Faithful Azteca. And he really wanted to meet me. If you guys follow me on social media, you guys know I ran Spot Sakamoto contest, Spot the Beast contest. Just go ahead and see those hashtags, which I'm going to post right here. All right, so if you hashtag Spot the Beast, Spot Sakamoto, 49ers BEASTwriter, you will see I ran weekly giveaways. And every time you saw me at a game or during practice or while I was coming off Levi Stadium in the practice field, whatever the case may be, I always took time pre-game, post-game, whatever the case may be, and be like, hey, I gotta give back to the fans. I gotta give back to my BWF. And so I gave you guys free tickets to the games, memorabilia, same things that we do here in the BWF on YouTube. And so apparently this guy was sitting in the VIP section, and he was saying and telling people in that section, telling the Niner Empire, because we are an empire, we're not a nation, we're not Niners Nation, we're a Niner Empire. Shout out to my man Joe Leonore, who's of Niner Empire. So Niner Empire was alive and well and kicking. And me and my man Randy Cross, you guys know who Randy Cross is, obviously the greatest 49ers offensive lineman to ever play for the 49ers. We have our own pregame show now. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but let's stay on topic here. He goes and says, well, I'm just going to read it to you. I get tagged. Forever Faithful Azteca tags me in the post. And so what happened from here is really, really weird. I would say it's weird. I think it's really weird that people would try to, how do I say it, be someone that you're not? I don't know. I think it's weird. So I'm getting all these DMs from people saying, what is going on here? I can't believe this is happening. This is happening again. Okay. So this is what happened. All right. I get tagged, right? You see me, I get tagged in here. There's something. He says, I thought it wasn't you. Because I told him, I said, that ain't me, bro. That ain't me. And I'm not lying. See, it's all right here. You see it. All right. So I said, that ain't me. And Forever Faithful Azteca, good guy. Again, we're going to get to that backstory. He said, I thought it wasn't you. And I asked him. He told me his name was Ryan. And you might know me by BEASTwriter. Sorry, I'm laughing here. I second guessed it at first. Sorry, brother. I really want to meet you one day. And that was the first message, because I told him it wasn't me. And first of all, the red flag is, number one, I would never come up to somebody and say, hey, my name is Ryan. You may know me as the BEASTwriter. Like, I would never do that, ever. Like, I would never, ever go and say, hey, look. For instance, Gen Barbecue, right down the street from my house. I go in, I get Gen Barbecue. I wait just like everyone. I don't go, hey, I'm the BEASTwriter. Can I get, favorable treatment? No, I don't do that. I'm not saying this guy did that, but I would never go out of my way and say, hey, by the way, you may know me as the BEASTwriter. It's like, no, man, I don't do that. If you know me as BEASTwriter, great, because a lot of you guys call me BEASTwriter. A lot of my friends call me Beast. But I would never say, hey, I'm the BEASTwriter. Out in like that, like in that manner. Now, if someone says, hey, you're the BEASTwriter. Yeah, I'm the BEASTwriter. But that's red flag number one. All right. So I told him it wasn't me. And then he goes, we were in the VIP row 1 at SoFi Stadium. This is from Forever Faithful Azteca. When he came up to me and said I was in his seat. And so he's showing me pictures and stuff. And so I tagged this on Instagram because I'm like, look, like, I'm not trying to like, what's the word? I'm not trying to like call anyone out, but I do need to protect my brand. And at the same time, like, I appreciate, I think imitation is a sincerest form of flattery, right? We heard that. And to that guy who was trying to be me, the blessing in disguise is, hey, look, if you're watching, man, like, I really appreciate you supporting me. I think you can, I just think, like, be mindful that you can support me in other ways, right? There's other ways of going about doing this other than to say that you're me, which is hey, it is flattering to a certain extent, because again, this is not the first time this has happened, and it definitely won't be the last time. My friends know. We go out and about, and well, here's a story. Craziest story, I told my friend at the gym who also knows that this happens. He's like, man, it happened to you again. I said, no crap. And he's a big Niner fan. His name's James Gaines. Jay Gaines, as I call him. And Jay, if you're watching, I told you I was going to come on YouTube and talk about this. And I told him the story how people are just going to attack you in different ways, right? And people are just, I don't know. People are out there are just, I don't know if weird's the right term to use, but they're there's a lot of crazy stuff that people do, right? And so you got to be really careful what you say. But I will say this: there was a time, and I was dating someone at the time. This is like 10 years ago, and I remember this. There was a store. It was about 10 years ago, maybe 7, 8 years ago. It was at the 49ers team store at Valley Fair. And I was in there, and my phone number is public, right? My business phone number is public, so anyone can call me, whatever. And I get this phone call when I'm at the 49ers team store, and this girl comes up. She's like, "You gotta tell." She's like yelling at me. She's like, You gotta tell him the truth." I'm like, "Who is this?" Like, I don't even know who this is. She's like, "You don't act like you don't know me." Like, da da da. Mind you, they knew I had a girlfriend at the time. And I wouldn't be lying because I'm not with the girl anymore. It don't matter why do I have to lie about this. But the crazy point of the story is this girl was trying to pretend as if we had a thing going on when I was with my own girl, and it's like, nah. So then I have to explain to my own girlfriend at the time, look, this is not really happening. And then she goes, well, why would anyone make up a story like that? Why would someone go out of their way to make up a story to get back at you or to get to? I'm like, hey, you're preaching to the choir. I don't know. And I have no incentive to lie. I mean, here we are 7 years. I don't care what this girl's doing. Now, after a while, I don't care about you. And so there's no incentive. I mean, I do care about you, but I don't care about you. Not in that way. And, or anyway, for that matter. But, swipe left. Getting back to the story, it's really hilarious because people will do anything to get at you. And James, my friend, he's like, man, I remember when you told me that, man, that's crazy. And here it is. It's just weird. So yeah, I think it's a little bit, people are asking me like that's weird. Here's the good news, guys. There's always a silver lining. There's always a blessing in disguise. And this is the blessing in disguise, right? And I'm just gonna, people are like chiming in like, what the heck happened? Like, this is crazy. I'm getting notifications as I have my tabs up on Facebook, posted up on my Facebook story with 230,000 fans, and people are saying, mind you, I just got an Instagram right here, notification right here. Some guy says he knows the guy and said he's a cop. Apparently this guy, I don't know, anybody can be anyone saying this stuff, but apparently this guy who's trying to, who is pretending to be me is a cop. Well, that's not good news. I'm just letting you know. Now, I don't know if he's a cop. I mean, this is people, anyone can say anything, but hey, I feel like this is a game of America's Most Wanted. But I'm not the guy that's wanted. But technically, I'm the guy that's wanted, but not the guy that's wanted. I'm a little confused at how this live stream is going, but it's pretty hilarious to me, anyways, that I have to explain myself. Here I go, and the notification. If you follow me on Instagram, please do so. It's hilarious. People have their popcorn out. Literally, there's popcorn emojis, and people are like, I'm just waiting to see what's next on the thread. Because people are chiming in from the Rams game, because as you guys know, it was Niner Empire all over at that game, and people are saying, hey, I also took a picture with this guy, and he thought it was you. Literally, go look on my Instagram right now. Not making it up. These people don't even follow me, but they know who I am. And apparently, look, I'll read it to you. It's mind-boggling. All right, Peter Guns, all right, on Instagram, not lying, says, or Chris Fresh, excuse me. Peter Guns tags Chris Fresh 04. All right, not joking. He says, I was wondering why he wanted to take a picture with me, the other guy, or trying to be me. He said something, couldn't hear him, but he was in my seat though. That's a red flag. I would never say, hey, I'm the BEASTwriter, you want a picture with me? I would never do that. The inverse could be true, because if somebody wants to take a picture with me, which, as you know, going back to this, you just go ahead and hashtag spot the beast, spot Sakamoto for as BEASTwriter. You guys know I'm at the tailgates pregame, talking to you guys, engaging with you, thanking you guys, saying mahalo for the love and support, giving you guys 49er swag, or whatever the case may be, tickets to the next week's game. That's what I did. But I told him that's a red flag, because I would never go out of my way and say, hey, look, take a picture with me. I'm the BEASTwriter. I mean, who does that? Now, again, if someone wants a picture with me or have me sign things, then yeah, that's a different story. But I wouldn't go out of my way and say, hey, look, I'm the BEASTwriter. You may know me as Beast. My name's Ryan. You may know me as BEASTwriter. Forever Faithful Azteca, the guy who got catfished, posted this. And again, you guys can see this. Forever Faithful Azteca, go to his Instagram. It's all in his Instagram story. He said he got catfished, right? He said he got catfished, and the guy was just playing along and didn't know. And Forever Faithful Azteca wanted to meet me. We're going to make this happen. This is the backstory, because I got to meet Forever Faithful Azteca. I sent him a DM. He got back to me and said, hey, man, I was really excited to meet you. I want to meet you. I said, you know what? We can make this happen. We can make this happen. I'm always down to meet you guys. No matter where I am, let's face it. I went to Bevmo, what was it? Right before COVID. Randomly went to a Bevmo. I don't even drink. All right, I was at Bevmo. And these two kids, like, oh, you're the BEASTwriter, standing in line, like, oh yeah, how you doing? Like, oh, can I take a picture? Sure. But I would never go and be like, I'm the BEASTwriter. Would you like a picture with me? Like, no, bro, I don't give a damn. I think it's funny. I think it's funny that that people would do that, but it is flattering at the same time. So I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm just saying be on the lookout, because when you're in the, I don't want to say limelight, but when you're in that line of work, I guess, I mean, nothing really phases you. Like I said, this is not the first thing that happened. It won't be the last. That's for damn sure. But Forever Faithful Azteca has a glass eye. It's a 49ers designed eye. He actually got that done. He actually also showed me his fan cave, which is awesome, because this guy's awesome. This guy is awesome. Forever Faithful Azteca, follow this guy. This guy posted up so many pictures from that game. It was really fun to watch. And shout out to my man, Eddie, who is also a diehard Niner fan and has been with me since day one. And then we became good friends about 5 years ago now. And he's the one that actually caught it and said, hey, look, that's not you, bro. But getting back to the story, yeah. Forever Faithful Azteca, good guy, man. He's a good guy. Follow this guy, Forever Faithful Azteca. He said, he showed me his man cave, and he lives here in the South Bay, and he's like, I want to meet with you. Hey, Forever Faithful Azteca, I'm going to tell you right now, you are the winner of the Spot the Beast contest, because A, you went through a lot, and you're a cancer survivor, so you're built strong, tough. He's a season ticket holder in section 126 at Levi's Stadium. This guy is a diehard Niner fan. He also has a family brick at the stadium at Levi's. He said he lost his eye to cancer 9 years ago and beat it before it spread to both his eyes to make good out of a bad situation. I had my Niner eye made. That's awesome. That's the backstory. We're getting to meet each other. Obviously, with COVID restrictions and everything, we're gonna have to wait till that dies down. But he's the winner of the Spot the Beast contest. He wanted to meet me. I'm down to meet up with this guy. But I guess that's the silver lining. The cancer survivor, and the guy's tough. Die-hard Niner fan. He has a glass eye made specifically with a Niner logo on. It's dope. It's really, really dope. So if you're watching Forever Faithful Azteca, I guess there is a blessing in disguise into this story, because we get to meet each other, and that's always a good thing. That's never a bad thing. Let's go to some of the questions. Hi, CG Sports Talk Channel says, I love your tattoos. They look sick as hell. Thank you. So we're going to talk about that. All right. So top 5 ways to spot BEASTwriter Ryan Sakamoto. All right. The first tell, guys, is I am vertically challenged. All right. I'm 5'5" in high heels. Holla at your boy. I am short. I am not tall. All right. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not like 5'7", 5'8". That, to me, that's tall. Like, man, you're a tree. You're a redwood. Nah, I'm 5'5". I'm short, bro. I am short. All right. So that's the number one thing. All right. Number 2. People are laughing. I am blasted. Speaking of tattoos, I am blasted on my left side. And the way you can tell, especially of getting blasted on the left side, aside from the tattoos, if you guys know, I have a Band-Aid here. I just got my booster shot and I feel like crap. Posted it. I got my Pfizer booster literally 2 hours ago and I feel like crap. That's why my eyes are all looking like this. I really do feel like crap. I don't feel good at all. But to put everything in perspective, I think I'm doing okay a little bit. But no, so I have tattoos, right? So I have a foo dog, which is this. I don't know if you guys can see it. This thing right here. I also have a Hanya mask, if you see right there. And it's complete with my Phi Psi fraternity at San Diego State University. Vice president of my pledge class right there. And on the I don't know if you guys see, the very back, it says my last name, Sakamoto. So, it's all tatted all the way. And if you see right here, if you guys can see, it's tatted all the way. I don't miss the elbow. Hey, anybody who says, that's the first thing I look for, is if you're going to get tatted, you got to get tatted all the way through on the elbow and in the ditch. If you don't do that, you're not tough. And that's why when I see football players, oh, this guy's tough. I'm like, yeah, but he kind of went around the elbow on that sleeve. He has a star around it. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, if you're going to be tough and be known as a tough guy, get tatted where it really hurts and go all the way through. Don't sidestep. Go all in. Endure the pain. That's tough. Anyways, that's number 2 where you can spot me. Number 3, I am bald. All right, there's no hair right here. All right, I am fully bald. That's number 3. So I'm short, tatted, and bald. Go figure. People will be like, oh, this guy's a drug dealer. No. Literally, funny story on that. I'll get into that. Not a drug dealer, obviously. But every time I go to the airport, I get checked because I have my powders and they think it's probably drugs or something. But it's like my protein and my BCAAs. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to carry the whole canister. And then they mark it, like TSA marks it. And every year it happens. And I have my pills, my vitamins, my breakfast at Champions. Anyways, it's a different story. Number 4, I usually wear a hat or beanie. You guys know this. All right. And no surprise there, right? And number 5, some would say I'm shredded and have big muscles. All right. So that's the given name BEASTwriter. I didn't come up with that name myself. The fans actually gave me that name because we were known as beat writers. And then they said, no, you're a beast both on and off the football field with your off-field performance and your on-field analytical writing. So you're known as the BEASTwriter. And there you have it. And there you have it. So, yeah. There's a backstory to that. And I'm going to get to your questions. I asked you guys questions on Twitter, Facebook. So now we're just going to open it up. But I just wanted to clear the air. And the guys watching right now, the guy who was trying to impersonate me or whatever, I appreciate the love and support. Like I said, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But just if you would please go about other ways of showing that appreciation, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. We have my man Mind of Jerry in the house.
What's going on, man? How's it going?
I don't know, just trying to clear the air. My phone is dying of battery charge because of getting notifications on Instagram, Facebook, because we're obviously my Facebook's closed off to personal people like you, but you see my Facebook's going wild.
So I'm a BEASTwriter, by the way.
I feel like I should be letting people know this is the BEASTwriter, but no.
That's what you have to do, the BEASTwriter, right? No imitation. Often imitating, never replicating.
I don't know. I have no idea what to say. I don't know. Like yeah.
Wild. That's all I could say.
But the comments on Instagram, the DMs that I'm getting, apparently this guy's a cop.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, I would take it for a grain of salt. They said it's the DC Capitol Police and Jan 6th, that whole incident at the Capitol. So, be careful with that. So
like be careful as in that obviously anyone could say anything, but be careful in the sense.
Or they're being cynical, or they're being sarcastic, or whatever it is, right? So I want to read too deep into that.
It is interesting. There's another guy who's my Facebook friend says, I think this guy lives in your area.
Your neighbor? All
I
I
don't
can say
know.
is, if he's out there, he should call in too. I mean, obviously he's a fan. He knows who you are. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Yeah. I like this. Will the real Beast Rider please stand up?
I had to
Compare
send that, man. That was hilarious. So,
wanna be Beast, just be yourself. Um, yeah, impersonate is the word I'm looking for.
yeah,
Look, it's weird that this is happening, but I think I have to come out and clear the air because apparently this guy is and you guys know Niner Empire was alive and well at SoFi Stadium. So I don't know how many people this guy actually went up to and pretended to be me because the way I see it is I have to protect my image and the way I do about that is and this is not making fun of anyone. Like this is not what it's about. You know, he could have I don't know him, so whether it be mental health, I mean, I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm just saying to protect my image, I got to come out and say that wasn't me because if someone says it's me and this guy does something or someone else does something, then it's gonna look bad on me. But I wasn't even there, so it's kind of like I have to do the damage control in the back end to kind of put things in perspective. And look, as crazy as it sounds, I think I had the obligation and duty to come out and put everyone straight because like I said, I'm getting notifications and I just want to make sure that people know that, hey, that wasn't me. And the guy, you know, he obviously is a fan, right? Because if he's pretending
yeah,
to be me, then he's
absolutely.
obviously one of my supporters. But I think there's another ways and other ways and other efficient ways of going about and showing your love and support. So again, I appreciate the love and support, whoever that guy is, if you're watching. But then just be mindful and just respect, I guess, me, you know,
Right,
and
right.
if that's the right word. I don't know what word to use other than it's all about respect here in the BWF.
I agree, man. Like, you don't want to be misrepresented because this could go badly too, right? If he's an asshole to someone, then people be like, "Oh, BEASTwriter is bad," like all this.
Yeah.
So
Y-
you don't want to be misrepresented like that. So I totally get it.
yeah, it's has that happened to you before? I just want to
No,
ask.
not to me, man. No one wants to be me. Besides, people try to steal my credit cards or something. That's the only time.
Well, that's good.
Other than that, no one's trying to imitate me, fortunately.
Yeah. Look what Jeff Lemus from Facebook says. Let's bring him on. How it all started. It's kind of funny how everyone believed it.
Yeah,
Um, I again, I guess this guy's going up to people. Apparently, what Azteca was saying, Forever Faithful Azteca, and he says, "Hey, my name is Ryan. I'm the Beast Rider." And then I know, I know it sounds funny, but
was he like
I'm
trying to pick up girls in that line or what? Like that's all it is.
I don't know. And I was
Gotta
talking to
get
some of my
that opener.
I was talking to some of my colleagues about it, and they're chiming in, you know, privately, and also liking some of my stuff. But I was saying, what you should do? Hey, they're like, hey, you got to go on and clear the air because you
I'm
got
glad
an
you did,
image to
man.
protect. Yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
you got to. You're a sponsored athlete by Evo. I mean, aside from the NFL, you got a lot of other stuff going. I mean, you're a
yeah,
public figure. Like when you're in that situation, that's part of your job is to go on and say, no, that wasn't me. Because look,
right.
I don't have the luxury of being on ESPN or NFL Network yet. Or maybe never. It'll never happen. I don't know. Who knows? What I do
Don't
know
sell
is
yourself short. You will. You will.
so the putting face to a name it can be kind of fuzzied, right?
Yeah,
You know, some teams are maybe some people are just like you, like or are in your car or in traffic and you're just listening to what I have to say, but you can't see it, right? You can't see this. So they said, you know what, you should probably do this. Obviously, go on, and I told them how I was going to go about it, and they said that's perfect. You know, you're
yeah,
clearing the air, staying professional, not making fun of her. I mean, like I said, like I appreciate this guy, I really do. I don't want anyone making fun of this guy or trolling this guy. I just wanted to clear the air in a sense, like that wasn't me. You know, that wasn't me. You know.
that was wild. That was wild. I never like had that happen to me. I can't imagine being in your shoes where that happened. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's talk about some things. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about some good stuff.
So how? I guess the number one question now is how you think the Niners will do against the Cowboys. That's what maybe I want to hear from your analysis on that. They also have Michael Gallo. They have
Mm-hmm.
Micah Parsons, they have James,
Yeah.
and Dak Prescott's looking better this season. Obviously, it's not the same before the injury, but
Yeah.
like I think the Niners are a stronger team in some ways, right? But I'm curious to hear what you think.
I think the Niners are going to win.
Oh yeah,
I might go to Vegas and place a bet. I'm not joking. I might drive to
Niners plus
Vegas
three.
and put money on it.
We did pick
I'm
some live show too. So.
Yeah, no, because look, they're 3.5 point dogs right now, which means by Vegas it means they're thinking it's going to be a half-point spread, 3 points for the home team. And again, I graded every single snap of the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, the legwork has already been done. Right now, I'm just drinking Mai Tais right now, just kicking back because I've done the legwork on it. I know how Gus Bradley, or sorry, not Gus Bradley, Dan Quinn. I know how he's going to scheme it up. I know. I've seen how he faces other teams, and with a team that's fortified on solidifying the down in the trenches type of style of play, I know exactly what personnel they're going to bring up. I also know how Kyle Shanahan is going to be thinking on the other end. You got to remember, these guys coached with each other in Atlanta.
Right. Forgot about that. Yeah.
So you know that they know what you know, but what they don't know, they don't know. Again, when you have different styles of personnel, you can say, oh yeah, well that's strictly a cover 3 scheme. Nah, not so much, because they have Trayvon Diggs, and I've been highly critical of him. I do believe he's the best ball hawking defensive back in the game. I don't think anyone can question that. But he does give up a lot of big plays, and we're going to see it on Sunday. And Kyle Shanahan's going to run, like what my man JP says, a lot of fuga. F up the gray areas, as I always say, right? They're going to run a lot of fuga. And you're going to see ways of George Kittle getting involved. Kyle Juszczyk may get involved in that flat area. You can take advantage of those boundary cornerbacks, right? They don't have Chidobe Awuzie anymore. He's off to Cincinnati. All right, that was a huge loss for them. Not too many people talk about that because all the hype's on Trayvon Diggs. Well, let me tell you something. Losing the San Jose's product, the Oak Grove product here in the South Bay was a huge blow. My rival, Chidobe Awuzie. All right, so again, you look at what they have. They don't have much on the tail end. I'm just letting it. This is not a good matchup for the Dallas Cowboys. And if you're watching Dallas, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Well, our secondary's not that good either, though, right? So
What's that?
Our secondary's not good either, so it's kind of a wash in that way.
It is. It's. But you know what? Teams haven't been attacking Ambry Thomas like he should. And people can talk about Ambry Thomas, how he sealed the victory. Great play by him, by the way. I'm not taking anything. He sealed it. Great play, great coverage, good play by him. But teams are not going. He gave up a touchdown in that game too, by the way.
Right.
So if I was Dak Prescott, and I'm just going to be attacking Ambry Thomas all day long. And on that interception, if you know, that ball was underthrown. I believe that ball was thrown to Odell Beckham Jr., right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So OBJ made the cardinal error of not stacking the DB on top. He had the speed to beat Ambry Thomas, and once you gain that separation, and talk about it with Coach Modkins, who was also the OC at the time with the San Francisco 49ers under Chip Kelly's staff, and we always talked about stacking the receiver on top. That's one thing that they had to learn with Devin Kajus, who was converting from a tight end to a wide receiver. We talked about this, and I said, that's one of the things I learned from Coach Mod. He's like, hey, dude, like, I ran film. I said, this is what I saw. Did you teach? He's like, yeah, we've been teaching him how to hand fight, and then once you gain a half a step on the DB to stack him over the top. What you saw there was OBJ just running straight in a line. And yes, that was a mental error by Stafford because he underthrew the football. But again, you have to have the awareness in that situation and game time situations and situational football to know, hey, look, you got to also protect your quarterback because he may not make the most accurate throw. Right. And if he's under pressure, he may not be able to deliver a throw to you in stride because he'll be backed up. He'll be throwing off his back foot. He won't put enough velocity on the football. So whatever the case may be, you got to make sure you stack that DB on top to where you can have separation once the ball arrives at the catch point. And I think that was a mental error on OBJ's part. I think he's just like, I'm a burner. I can beat Ambry Thomas from the numbers to the boundary, and it's on Matthew Stafford if he misses and doesn't deliver. So
yeah, I thought it was funny to play before because OBJ kind of stole a pass from Cooper Kupp. I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, the one-handed.
Yeah, he stole a pass away from the man. That was a straight pass to Cooper Kupp that he interfered with. So, do you think Josh Norman or Dante Johnson is better than Albert Thomas, or would you still roll with Thomas at this point?
I would rather roll with Thomas. And I would say I would rather roll with Thomas because of the fact, look, the guy is riding a high, right? So confidence is key for any rookie. I've been highly critical of Ambry Thomas. And Ambry Thomas, if you're watching, it's no secret. Check out Beast Receipts. I'm still critical of you. I don't care. Prove me wrong. Like I said, my job is to project and predict. Your job is to perform. Don't like it, play better. You did. You played better in the last game and you showed up and I had nothing but great things to say. I am very honest. I'm also very blunt. Ambry Thomas has improved the last game. I would say the game before that, that was I broke that down. I didn't think he did well. He was targeted 4 times in that ball game, gave up one completion. But again, those balls could have easily been completions. Had nothing to do with Ambry Thomas being sound in coverage. All right. But Ambry Thomas improving. I like it. Now, Kyle Shanahan even admitted, don't take my word for it. Kyle Shanahan, that coach, like, you know what? Basically, BEASTwriter was right. He obviously didn't call me, but he said, hey, went on the conference call and said, or to the press and said, hey, look, like, if you were to tell me if Ambry Thomas would be this good, I would tell you no, right? Basically, right? Because we didn't see that. So now that we're seeing it, like, yeah. But again, it's only one sample size to pull from. It's a very small sample size to pull from. And again, if Ambry Thomas was this far along earlier in the year, he would have been playing over Dio Lenore. In fact, he wasn't. He wasn't. So if I'm Dak Prescott, I am attacking Ambry Thomas no matter what. Take the draft day reference, attack Ambry Thomas no matter what. No matter what. Again, we can talk about the high-low concepts on how to beat the San Francisco 49ers. Simple. It's simple. You just line up 2 wide receivers on the right-hand side, trips formation, whatever, 3-by-1 set. Have that slot wide receiver take away that curl flat defender, and that outside receiver on the split end, he just runs a high-low concept to where now you're angling a quick slant, and he has all that real estate to work with because you're taking away the curl flat defender. At the end, that's where Fuga comes into play. And if you have a running back also on that side coming out of the flat, now you're really screwing crap up for the Niners defense. Again, they have to protect Ambry Thomas. How do you do that? You have a safety over the top. Well, let's face it. You can't do that all the time because playing a soft cover shell like that is going to get you beat in the long run. It's like a 2-minute drill and they go a cover 4 with a soft cover shell. Look, that's easy fantasy football points for anyone, and we can get in field goal range if you just play it safe. If you don't play to win and you just play it safe and play not to win, you're going to do yourself an injustice and you'll be losing every single time. So that's why I say attack, attack, attack. Live and die with what you have. Don't force the ball. Take calculated risks, obviously. But look, if Ambry Thomas looks rattled early on and you find something and D'Amico Ryans doesn't make those halftime adjustments because we've seen him do that before, now we're talking about a game of, here we go again. And we all have that in the back of our minds. Let's not get it twisted.
Right. All right, Beast. Well, thanks for having me on. I have to run, but great analysis. People listening and watching. So thanks a lot, man.
All right, man.
And don't let the pretenders pretend. Don't let it bother you. You know what I mean?
I'm not letting you bother me. It's good. Again, it's flattering. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jerry. I appreciate it, my man. Follow my man, Mind of Jerry. He is on the MJ Sportscast, also known as the Yang and Tang Show. Cook Smoke Sports says, what's good, Beast? Go Niners. What is going on? Well, what's good is I got my booster, my Pfizer booster. I am kind of feeling like crap right now, to be honest with you. And we're just going to have to see how that goes. Mello, my man, says, still not getting notifications. I'm going to have to email someone, but yeah, what's going on? Oh, man, you should be getting the emails as we talked about earlier on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. There was some guy at the Niner game pretending to be me, and it wasn't me. So I'm just trying to clear the air, so to speak. Just trying to clear the air because it wasn't me. It just wasn't me. We have Dennis Posa says, hey, man, what's going on? How are you doing? Let's see. CJ Sports Talk says, thoughts on the 49ers win against the LA Rams and also about the game-winning interception by Ambry Thomas. Look, great interception by Ambry Thomas. No surprise that the Niners dominated. They now won 6 in a row under Kyle Shanahan versus Sean McVay. Sean McVay had a 17-point lead. The Niners showed a lot of heart, a lot of discipline, and a lot of grit to come back and win that football game when all is lost, especially on the road, even though it was a home game. I talked about this on earlier live streams, how SoFi Stadium seems to have no fan base at all. I'm telling you, SoFi Stadium does not have a fan base. Remember last year with not last year, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the LA Chargers game. You guys remember that game where it's all Steelers fans? Like, what are we doing? Even the Chargers don't have fans. Chargers don't have fans. The Rams don't have fans. It's all about the Niner Empire down in SoCal. And any other team that travels, whether it be the Denver Broncos, whether it be the Kansas City Chiefs, whether it be Green Bay Packers, Pittsburgh Steelers, Chicago Bears. Let's not get it twisted. I mean, all these teams that are just have traveling fan bases, they're going to be the home team. I'm sorry, Chargers fans. I'm sorry, Rams fans. You just don't have a strong enough fan base to carry you at home, especially with being division winners. The Niner Empire is a lot bigger than the Rams fan base. It is. It really is. And it never used to be that way. I remember Rams used to travel a lot to Candlestick Park, especially, and I talked about with Randy Cross, my man who was in our pregame show. And again, let's just talk about that for a second. For those who don't know, me and Randy Cross have a pregame show, and we want to talk to you guys about that because, well, what am I up to these days? Well, this is what we're up to. We just wrapped up our second pregame show talking about the Rams. I posted it up on Twitter. Also posted up on Instagram, Facebook, you name it, all social media outlets. Do us a favor, download the app. Now, the app is called Relevant, and I'm just going to put it up here. It's spelled differently, so be careful. There is a actual Relevant app, and it's like a church app. Don't download that one. There's another app that's a Relevant app. Don't download that one. Download this one. It's called the Relevant app, and it's spelled this way. I'm just going to put it up here so you guys know. And we have a show, all right? I'm just going to put it up there. It's our pregame show, and I am actually going to be doing a wild card post, and I'll be moderating this stream. And thanks to Tom McManus. If you guys don't know who Tom McManus is, well, he's the Boston College linebacker who set the tackling machine record before Luke Kuechly broke it. So you guys know who Luke McManus. Yeah, I'm going to combine the names from Luke Kuechly to Tom McManus and go Luke McManus. No, it's Tom McManus. But no, thank you for him for adding me into his Relevant family. We are off and running, me and Randy. Randy had the option of working with anyone, and I was his first round pick. He's like, I think BEASTwriter would be good. So I'm very honored, Randy, for you to consider me and add me into your team, I guess, on the pregame show now that we have a dual cast pregame show with Randy Cross. All right. So again, we are doing some big things here. And just so you guys know, I'm going to go ahead and put it up here. I'm getting something else here. Hold on. It's called Don't Cross. I'm putting up the pregame show right now because it is official. Download this, all right? The Relevant app, Don't Cross the Beast Empire. That's the name of our show. Just go to the Relevant app. And if you do that, I'm just going to pull it up for you guys so you guys can see it. All right, so you see this? That's the logo. All right, you're going to see this logo. Download the app. And you'll see right here, those are 49ers fanatics. All right? Just go ahead and click on that. And from there, you'll see all of us in there. There's 85 members in there. And you can talk to me, Randy. If you have any questions, go ahead and shoot us anything you may have. We do polls. We do pregame. We do it all. Any questions you guys got, ask in the Relevant app, and we got you covered. All right. So there you have it. Download the Relevant app. It's a really cool tool and app because you get Randy Cross and myself, like on our own pregame show, like Cross the Beast Empire. My gosh, can't go wrong with that. Don't Cross the Beast Empire. How do you not like that's a fire of a game show. I'm just letting you know. And so we're gonna break it down. The wild card weekend between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. In fact, we're going to be doing two of those. We do a pregame show, and then also before that, we do a midweek show. I'm really excited. So now you're getting killing two birds with one stone, so to speak. So we'll give you some kind of insight into the pregame so you guys can see what we have to say in real time, not just in hindsight when, the game is concluded and like, oh yeah, let's go to the box scores, dude. Nah, that's not how we do it here in the BWF. All right, so Kim Ferrison says, Beast, check out my pops, Kim Kong Ferrison. He's the bodybuilding Hall of Fame for being an MC. Really? I'm going to look at that. Wait, what does MC stand for? Bodybuilding Hall of Fame for being a MC. Is that MC? I'm thinking, what does an MC stand for? I would say muscle contest, but that's the name of a show that I'm entering. Is that a judge? I don't know. I am going to look him up. In fact, I'm going to look him up right now. Because why not? Thank God for internet. He's okay, I see him. Kim Kong Ferrison. You're not kidding. He's on the NPC. Okay. So same website, same things. He's on the National Physique Committee. I see him. Dang. Okay. Kim Kong Ferrison, the voice, the suits, the man on the mic. Oh, he's an MC. I got you. He's an MC. Oh, okay. I'm reading it right now. Kim Ferrison, the Hofstra product. I see you. Okay. He looks like he wants to fight. Nah, he looks like a good dude. I got to meet up with this guy. I wonder if he MCs. Well, he's on the National Physique Committee, so obviously I'm going to run to him at some point because it's the NPC. Ed, thank you. Let's meet up. I want to network, obviously. I don't know if he knows Sandy Williamson, I should say. Sandy Williamson. One of the best judges out there. Love her. All right. Also, Noel Truman. Shout out to Governor's Cup. Holla at your boy. Here in Sacramento. Ed C says, Sup, Ryan, Niners or Dallas? What's your analysis? Hey, I'm going to go with the Niners, bro. I'm going to go with the Niners. I might drive to Vegas, place that bet. I'm taking the Niners. Jerry Yang says, downloaded it. Can't wait to use it. Thank you so much, Jerry Yang, for downloading it. And we might run some giveaways for everyone who downloads the app, because obviously there has to be something in it for you. You can choose to download anything you want. Why download the relevant app? Well, for starters, you have the BEASTwriter. Do you know who I am? Oh my gosh, who says that? No, really. You have Randy Cross. Randy Cross, myself, we have our pregame show. Check us out. Good vibes only here in the BEASTwriter family. I can't believe I'm still talking. Here we are 48 minutes in, and I just got my booster 2 hours ago. I feel kind of dead. I think I'm running on adrenaline right now, kind of like in a football game or basketball game. And I need a water break. All right, coach, put me back in. I'm good. All right. Kim Ferris is MC of the shows. Yeah. I wonder if I ever ran into him. In fact, Kim Ferrison, there was an MC at, what was it? Governor's Cup 2000. When did I win it? 2000 was pre-COVID. 2018? I think it was 2018. I'm wondering if that was him in Sacramento, because he was here in Oregon. I'm assuming he does the West Coast. I don't think he goes to Pittsburgh and does nationals, or if he does, let me know. That'd be really cool to know. Word from the BEASTwriter family says, Beast, do you feel we're going to beat the Cowboys? Hell yeah, we're going to beat the Cowboys. We're going to beat the Cowboys. We can beat the Cowboys, bro. Like, I don't care. We're going to beat the Cowboys, bro. I'm just saying. That running game, we're going to beat the Cowboys, bro. Now watch me be wrong. Oh, that Beast receipt didn't check out. Hey, look. Maybe that's the fan in me. I don't know. I kind of want the Cowboys. I just don't see it. I just don't see it, guys. I think if I was a betting man, if I go to Vegas, I'm going to place this bet. But I would take the Patriots too. Oh, the Patriots. I think 2 number 6 seeds in both conferences will come out winners. How's that? Let's double down on those games. What? BEASTwriter just said that's a wild card weekend in itself. Look, I already went on record in my Beast receipt saying the Patriots are the number 2 team in the AFC. You never want to bet against Bill Belichick. As I told Inside the NFL, they liked it, obviously. But if you're watching Inside the NFL, greatest NFL show out there, I'm just saying, I think the Patriots are the team to beat. I think the Patriots are not the team to beat. I shouldn't say the team to beat. I think the Chiefs and the Patriots, it's going to come down to those two teams. I think that's what's going to come down to the AFC Championship. Might be placing that bet. Who's going to go to the ship? Let's just fast forward. I think let's look at it. Let's look at the playoff picture, right? Because I'm doing this off the top of my freaking head, yo. And you never want to do things off the top of your head because you forget information, and then that's never a good thing because then you can go back like, I should have said that. Damn. Here we go. Let me just pull up my my playoff picture. There's a lot of stuff going on right here on NFL right now. By the way, people are asking about NFL Game Pass. I reached out to the NFL. They said they're missing data. I don't know what that means, but they're missing data. I reached out to the NFL for a follow-up to see what was going on. They're looking into the situation. We don't know what's going on with Week 16, Week 17, and here we are in Week 18. I know it's out there and floating around because it's all over the internet, so if it's missing, I'm pretty sure they can find it. But sit tight on the BWF grades as I have year-end voting rights for the Pro Football Writers Association. Need that so I can formulate my analysis on the final grades that are being ran for season year-end voting. Because how can you put a grade on a player or analyze a player without the coach's film? It just doesn't make sense. So we need that for our work. So NFL Game Pass, if you're watching, please, and mahalo in advance for looking into that situation for all of us PFWA members. Here's something that I wanted to talk about, and it's the playoff picture. All right, look, I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Steelers. And I like the Steelers. You guys all know that. I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Steelers. Just keeping it 100. I think the Bills are going to lose to the Patriots. And I think the Bengals are going to beat the Raiders. All right? That's how I see the AFC playing out in the wild card. Take the Chiefs, Patriots, and Bengals. All right? In the NFC, I'm taking the Bucks, the Niners, and the Cardinals. You know what? That's a tough one. Okay, switch it up. Audible. I need a mulligan if we're playing golf. Mulligan. I'll take the Bucks, the Niners. I'll take the Rams. Oh, I don't know why I'm taking the. I feel like the Cardinals are going to come out on. I don't know why, but I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm just going to go with the Rams because they're home. Not like the home team matters because obviously Arizona Cardinals are right there. Who knows? It might be a Red Sea all of a sudden. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think they're pissed off. They got... How do you lose a 17-point football game at home, bro? Actually, they weren't home. They're actually the road team because the Niner Empire came out in style. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, Patriots, Bengals, Bucks, Niners, Rams. Place your bets. If you're in Vegas, go to Vegas and place those bets. That's what I see. I'm gonna do it. I'm literally gonna do that. I'm gonna make the drive to Vegas. I'm gonna place those bets, parlay that crap out of that, make some money, and now watch me be wrong. And people, oh, Beast, you were wrong. I'm joking. I don't know if I'm really gonna make those bets, but you know what? Hey, that's how I see it playing out. And we're here on this. What is it? Tuesday? It's Tuesday, right? So here we are on Tuesday. All right. Yeah. The comments are still coming on Instagram with the story of my doppelganger. It's not even a doppelganger. He doesn't even look like me. With a guy. But it is interesting. Apparently, we're gonna I don't know what to say. There's so many comments and notifications and DMs that are just going on Instagram alone about what's going on. It's ridiculous. Anyways, whatever. Let's get back on topic. 2007 Magoo says, "Go Niners." Kim Ferrison says, as far as his father, he's all over the West Coast from Washington to California, Hawaii, Alaska, also Nashville. I'm pretty sure I ran into him. If he was in Hawaii, was he at the Tim Gardner show? Let me know. Tim Gardner, if you guys don't know, one of the judges there, was actually on there for vacation, actually for my sister's wedding. And I was just where was I at? What was that one restaurant? That one bar, I should say. Forgot, it's really well known. Anyways, I was there, and him and Mel Chansey, who is now my friend on Instagram, said, "Hey, would you like to model for our show?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Are you competing in the show?" I was like, "No, man, I'm just on prep right now." I was like, "Oh, you can step on stage right now." I'm like, I'm actually here for a wedding." And then, I wonder if he knows Tim Gardner. Let me know. Tim Gardner's a huge, dang, what fan is he of? I think he's a Chargers fan, if I'm not mistaken. Chargers fan? I think Tim Gardner is a Chargers fan. Or is he a Washington? I forget. He's a fan of one team. Maybe, I gotta check. I'll look it up right now. Because he always posts this. But it'd be interesting to know if he knows Gardner. I think that's his name. No, it's not. Yeah, Tim Gardner. Here we go. Yeah, he definitely, I think he is a Chargers fan. Or a Dolphins fan or something like that. Anyways, he's a fan of some NFL team. Daniel Lee Middleton says, "What's up, Beast? Rams got rammed." They did. They did get rammed. Can't complain about that. Michael Hubbard says, "People just love to hate Niners. We are a tough team to beat, right? Our defense is playing well, except our cornerbacks, and our offense is clicking. Grop is finally grabbing his nuts and taking chances down the field, and Debo is that man, and I didn't mention Kittle nor Bosa. Isn't that true?" SF Goldred says, "When is your Dallas breakdown?" That is coming up again. I'm still working on that, still talking to some people as well to formulate my analysis, and then I'll be hopping on, and I'll be posting that on YouTube, a tidbit of that, and so that way you guys can have a broader understanding of what to look forward to in that game. Now, I will provide two different scenarios. I will provide one scenario if it's a close game and the Niners do exactly what they should be doing and not shoot themselves in the foot in any way. You listening, Jimmy Garoppolo? Don't be force-feeding the ball downfield to George Kittle down the seams. That's a big no-no. Don't do that. How do you contain Micah Parsons? I think he's a guy that needs to be neutralized, and you can do that. You can neutralize Micah Parsons. Now, it won't be easy, but you can scheme things up and kind of take him out of the play. And I'll be breaking that down. Again, I graded every single snap, so I kind of have a broader understanding of how things will be clicking on both sides of the football. So stay tuned for that. I know all you guys are wanting that information. SF Goldrush says, "You got the best." I thought you got the best analysis, Ryan. Can't wait. I have the beast analysis. Not joking. People say beast analysis. And so that's why I used the word beast analysis. But thank you so much, and mahalo for the love. I really appreciate it. Michael Harper says, "Are those airborne wings in the background I see?" No, they're not airborne wings. Those are my medals that I've won from my competitions from being in the MPC IFBB Pro shows. And I won first place in these years. So 16, 17, 18. I think that's 19, actually. 2016. Oh, yeah, and I have more over here. So I have a lot. So I'll just show you right here. I got more trophies, guys. So for those who are wondering, and I got more first place trophies, as you can see. First place. This one is fifth place. First, fifth. And then I got more over there. I'm not going to bring up all my trophies, but I think I have one. Oh, here's another one. This is another first place. And, yeah. So, and then these are other first place finishers right here. But, yeah, it's for my NPC bodybuilding shows. All right. Michael Hubbard says, "That's dope." Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'm sponsored by EvoGym, but this is not a sponsored promotional ad here. I'm not getting paid. Hey, everyone wants to know, what supplements you take, bro? I'm like, hey, I'm EvoGym. I'm EvoGym Elite. I'm on Team EvoGym. So check out Evogen if you guys want to get your supplements. It's up on my YouTube channel. Just click the channel art and there is an Evogen link that you can purchase all my supplements. And also I can give you guys a code so you guys get discounted pricing. Just shoot me a DM. If you have any questions on what you want, let me know. It's what I'm here for. Education, knowledge is power. And hey, there's a reason why Evogen's the best. I'm just putting it out there, not being biased. We win. We win. And at the end of the day, I leave it like this. When people say winning doesn't matter, I always come back and say, well, then why keep score? If winning does not matter, why keep score? Why have judges? Why have a scoreboard? It matters. Now, winning is not everything, obviously. I mean, you can learn a lot of different things from losing, but winning matters. If winning didn't matter, don't keep score. That's how I see it. It does matter. It does matter. At least to me. I hate losing. I hate losing at anything. All right. So let's get to some of your questions before I let you guys go. Alex Martinez on Twitter says, stay safe, my brother. He says SHI, and you know the other word. He says, getting real out there. Yeah, it's really interesting. Danny says, I don't know why I've been giggling 5 minutes straight from this, and it's the picture of what I posted on That's Not Me. Chris says, this is hilarious. I'm telling you, this is us all on Twitter right now. Yeah. Interesting. Let's get to your questions. Again, this is going to be a call-in show, and we're just going to do it right now. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to call in. Also, I'm going to get to my DMs right now because I know you guys had questions on that from yesterday. I posted this yesterday. I was like, I'm going to hop on the YouTube live stream. I'm sad that my Alabama Roll Tide Roll Crimson Tide lost. I was so upset about that. I was in a really bad mood last night. I was going to do a live stream. I was like, I'm not going to come on. I'm not going to come on. I'm too pissed. I was too mad. I was too upset. Now, hats off to Georgia. They deserve to win. And my hats off. Respect to Georgia. I think it was a really good national championship game. A lot of things in that game. I think I just think that Georgia was the better team. I'm just going to be straight up about it. Georgia was the better team. And there's a reason why they were ranked number one throughout the majority of the year. In that SEC championship game where Alabama just kind of came out of nowhere. Well, I shouldn't say came out of nowhere, but really said, we're the top dogs, man. In order to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, and we're the champ. And that really set precedents for them making the college football playoff. And I think Georgia used that ammo. And again, winning matters, right? But again, there's some underlying silver linings from that SEC championship game. You may have lost the battle, but you didn't lose the war. Right? And so that's what Georgia did. Hey, we lost the battle, but we didn't lose the war. You still got to come through us because we're in the SFP playoff. And that's what happened. They beat Michigan, steamrolled them, and then they came to the national championship, say, hey, look, remember last time when you guys beat us? That ain't happening this time around. So losing John Mechie was a huge blow, obviously. Losing Jameson Williams was a huge blow. Obviously, the Alabama Roll Tide Roll was not at full health. They lost Christopher Allen, which is why Dallas Turner was inserted in. And look, we can go around and talk about injuries, but hey, the standard is the standard. And Georgia was just the better team. Jordan Davis, Wyatt, we talked about Nakobe Dean earlier against a Cincinnati matchup. It was just one of those games where it's just a game of defense wins championships, and we saw it there. Now, Alabama had a great defense too, don't get me wrong. You also had DJ Dale there, obviously Fladarian Mathis. We can talk about all these different players, but again, they don't have Josh Jobe, their starting cornerback, their CB1 on the back end. Of course, you have Jordan Battle on the back end as a free safety, but McKinstry had to sub in the second half of the season, and it's just like it just didn't really match up, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah. Tenzing Kunga says, being underdog to all is a blessing. Love it. Keep it talking. People be coming. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Going to be definitely interesting. All right, let's get to some of your questions. I think there's more questions up here that I missed. CG Sports Talk says thoughts on Deebo Samuel. Well, I already went on record saying he's the best wide receiver in the NFL even before Week 18, and I broke it down why I think he's better than Cooper Kupp. And I know that sounds crazy, and that's biased. It is biased because obviously I like Deebo Samuel. Plays for the Niners, obviously, so that's biased by default. It's biased. I mean, it is. But what he does in forcing defensive corners to game plan week in, week out. You don't know what Deebo Samuel you're getting. You don't know if he's going to be a running back. You don't know if he's going to be used more as a wide receiver. You don't know how he's going to be used on jet sweeps, orbit motions, a lot of window shopping, seeing a lot of eye candy pre-snap. Just by that alone, he's a decoy. And then lining up at the backfield, obviously throwing passes for touchdowns. I mean, the guy can do it all. And so for me, I think Deebo Samuel is the best all-around wide receiver in the game. That's just my opinion. Now, of course, Rams fans will be like, let's go to the box scores. And okay, you can do that, especially on offense. Yes, I would say box scores carry a little bit more weight when it comes to just looking up stats in the box score because you can't challenge catches, receiving yards, touchdowns. I mean, that's all there. I mean, it is what it is there. But I just think that Deebo Samuel is a better player. I just think he's a better player, all-around player. I don't know. If I was to start a franchise, give me Deebo Samuel before Cooper Kupp. Yeah, that's just me. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up. If you guys have any more questions on social media, go ahead and answer that, and we'll be sure to answer that on the next YouTube live stream. Thank you so much for everyone that tuned in to the show. I hope you all have a very good day and good night as we keep things Beast 100 all the time here in the BWF. Shout out to everyone that was sending me mahalo for the tips, donations, super chats, super stickers I've been receiving over the course of the week. I'm getting those notifications as well, obviously. So thank you so much for supporting the work. And if you guys choose to do this after this concludes, again, guys can choose to send me tips through Venmo, which a lot of you guys have been doing for the last month now, because Twitter has now accessed us to monetize Twitter, which is great. So you do that through tips. There's the money icon on my profile, or simply here on YouTube, there is a donation icon for those super chat and super stickers once we go live. Thank you, everyone. I had a fun time. I am really beat because I got my booster shot. I'm about to be dead in a few seconds. Not joking, but kind of joking. And so I'm just going to crash out. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. BEASTwriter out.